That's that second chord in the key of, I'm sorry, the sixth chord in the key of C. So if I wanted to embellish that, I could play, instead of A minor, I could play A minor 7th, which adds a flat 7th. A little different flavor. If I wanted to add a 7th, I'd have to pick the major. Like
my question though is the B dissonant versus the B7 is totally different.
Right, that's totally different. You're taking, remember, stick with families of chords. Major family, minor family, diminished family, augmented family, 7th family. Not 7th family, suspended family. Major, minor, diminished, suspended. You really don't want to be mixing them up, per se. But, like, when we go to that G chord, actually, I can go that 5 chord, which is the G, I can play the G7 instead. That's where you can substitute the 7th. So I can play, see how similar it is? It's only adding a flat 7. So here's my G major. If I wanted to, I can go G7. Or I could play a C7, if I wanted to play like a 1-4-5. I'm in the key of C, to the F7. Probably heard this before. Back to the C7. Now I'll go to the G7.
I think you should go over again, which is finally making sense to me, is because I even heard today in my vocal lesson she was talking about the 4 chord to the 1 chord. So
right.
Back up on that and go over, you know.
When I say the 4 chord,
I see it. This is the number.
Yeah, all your
makes sense to say. Well,
right.
The 5 goes to the 1, or
right.
the 5.
Yeah, in the key, in whatever key you're in. Like I said, you just label each degree in order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
A lot of times musicians throw that out and people don't know.
Right.
They go, oh, the 4, the 1.
Well, that's why that's in the previous lesson on chord construction. Yeah, for now, yeah. But if watch these other lessons. Remember, guitar is a staircase, and you can't take step 5 without taking step 4.
Unless you have a helium balloon.
Well, even with a helium balloon, that could pop. Someone could shoot an arrow in it, and then you're done. So you got to kind of go building blocks. Yeah. So in the key of C, your 4 chord is your F. Your 5 chord is your G. You know, you're in the key of C. Your 6th chord is the A. Works the same for any major key. All right. So what you want to do, if you want to write a song in the key of C, let's say, is, and again, just as a benchmark, have this chart in front of you. See, what I did with this chart, and this took me a long time, is I wrote every key, all 12 of them, 12 notes, C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, D flat or C sharp, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and I wrote the major scale notes, and then I harmonized it, and I put, okay, you got the major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished for each key, and then the 4-note chord, each key. So there's 14 chords in each key that you could use when you're writing your songs that are always going to sound pretty good together. Now, of course, find chords outside the key and toss them in there for spice and interest. But have this in front of you. See, what most people do when they're writing songs, a lot of times if they don't know this, they might come up with some really cool stuff. But what I found through my experience is you'll find it a lot faster if you know these chords. Instead of sitting there, okay, I'm going to play C. What sounds good? I don't know. Let me try a B flat.
Instead of hunting and pecking.
Exactly. You'd be hunting and pecking, whereas this can put you right to the stuff that's in the key. It's a good guide to have. And like I said, you want to get that and print it out and use that as a guide. I have another one for minor key where I harmonize the Aeolian mode or natural minor scale and the ascending version of the melodic minor scale. Just some other things you're going to need. I also have a circle of fifths table that you can digest, because this will tell you about majors and relative minors and the notes in every scale. This is really huge. And the orders of sharps and flats. If you don't know what these is, that's okay, because we're going to teach you. These are important because you can then know what notes are in any key just by following these formulas. And you don't even have to have your guitar with you, you know? So that's the beauty of it. Let's write something else real quick. I just want to drive this home so you really understand this. See, a lot of, like Tim said, a lot of materials out there, they don't take the time to explain this. You're just throwing things at you, these intervals, and you don't know.
They throw it, but they don't show it.
Yeah.
If you throw it, you got to show it.
That's the thing. What we do is for everything that you learn, you apply. We give you some way to apply it, whether it's practice, whether it's going to the video song library and learning a song using those techniques. on instruments. You have to apply what you're learning, or else you're in trouble. Let's pick another key, G major. Okay? I did the same exact thing I did here for C major, I did for G major. And I come up with a whole other set of chords. G, which is, again, notice it'll follow that formula. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. In the key of G minor, in the key of G major, the chords are, first chord of course, G major, your 3-note chord, your triads. A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and F sharp diminished. Those are in the key of G major. So let's throw some of them together and just see what we get. So let's go G major. I don't know, maybe do B minor. That sounds kind of nice, doesn't it? That G major.
I got one you can see if they can pick this up.
All right.
Arpeggiate a B minor.
Yeah.
Wait, start from the bottom all the way up. And then go to E. Then
B minor. How many times each?
And then D and A. Scale down and up. Okay?
Right. And then D and A?
And then, no, and just strum. And then strum down E and then D. No, just and then D. Billy Idol, White Wedding.
Oh, Billy Idol, White Wedding. Oh.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh. Oh, White Wedding. Billy Idol.
And then reverse. And then,
Oh, Billy Idol, White Wedding. Nice.
That's a G. So is that G there?
I don't think that might be in B minor.
Okay, see,
I might be in.
Well, here, that's a good. What key is that in? Okay.
Well, I'd have to hear the rest of the song to hear how it relates. It might be in G because those chords are in the key of G.
That's why I brought it up because he said G, and I remember you saying E and B minor.
Yeah, B minor and D major are in the key of G major.
So it just kind of makes sense to me now. I'm gonna get this chart because even like
no, you can't have it.
It seems like I already got a copy of it.
Oh, okay, then you're alright.
So when you made this little grid for us, so if I want to get something in the key, I will just, I can mix it up and it's probably going to sound halfway deep.
Probably going to sound good. Yeah, exactly. But some of the chords, like I said, the 5 sounds good going to the 1 and the 4. Yeah, but basically it's a guide.
There's no reason that I can, without having any background, I can make something that sounds cool.
Guys, you don't have to, and ladies, you don't have to have a black belt in music theory to write good songs.
Someone
you really
might come
don't.
up with something cool because you gave them the notes and they use them.
Exactly.
It's a mortar that's not status quo.
Like Kurt Cobain didn't have a black belt in music theory. He was an unbelievably gifted and talented songwriter, and he was able to take a few chords that he knew and make the most amazing music with it that just was groundbreaking. And
he destroyed the virtuosos of the power rock, but it just showed to me, there's beauty in both. It showed that, I think that really showed that you don't have to be Eddie Van Halen. How many people can be Eddie Van Halen? How many people can strum the F5 and the power chords? Thousands and millions of people.
That's right. Eddie Van Halen comes along once a lifetime, not a couple of those.
And then everybody tried to pattern after that.
Right. Yeah, when Kurt Cobain came out with Nevermind, that drove the stake in the heart of 80s metal. That was it, the day that record broke.
I remember.
Yeah, that was it. And it was a time, a lot of good stuff in the 80s, but it was time. It was getting kind of old, and Kurt Cobain brought in the whole grunge area with the rest of the Seattle bands that I love, like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and whatnot. But Kurt Cobain was able to take what he knew and write these tremendous songs that a whole generation could relate to and have killer lyrics and killer medley. And he didn't have a black belt in guitar theory, I'm
lived
sure.
under like a bridge or something. When I was reading.
Is that right? Yeah, I don't.
What he was like, basically down and out destitute.
Yeah, is that right? I heard he was a really, kind of shy, kind of guy. He didn't like the attention, the spotlight, and whatnot. Just from what I read, I didn't know the guy. I wish I did. He sounds like a really good guy. Really would be a good guy to get to know. So use this and have fun with it and try to create. I want you to go and try to create your own things and your own sound and develop your own style and refine your art and hone your craft. I'm going to just throw some stuff in G major together. I don't know, what do we say, G major, B minor, let's use that D, maybe the E minor. Let's try that. Not bad. Now we start out in suspended chords, it'll really spice that up a bit. I don't like the B minor. Maybe we'll go G, A minor, D, or maybe we'll go G, A minor, C, D. There we go. G, A minor, C, D. Now I'm going to start spicing it up. G, A minor, I'm starting to spice it up with suspended chords now, or add chords to really start to make it jump out and become a... What's that?
Where would you go on a bridge for that one?
To a chorus, maybe to a big 4 chord, maybe to the C, you know. So, I mean, it's infinite what you can do. But the thing to pull out of this lesson is this formula. This major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. For every major key is the same. And to pull out of it that these certain group of chords that is made out of the notes of that major scale are pretty much always going to sound good together and are much, much more likely to appear in a song in that key than any other chord. That's what you want to pull out of this, and you want to start creating and start becoming energized by this and creating your own music and your own sounds and putting these chords together and learning how to embellish them with chucks and suspended chords that we're teaching you in the other modules, or how to play, instead of playing the major, play the 7th, or play the minor 7th, or the major 7th. Instead of, like I was playing the G, I might play the G major 7th. If I want to get a little bit jazzier or a little bit more of a sweeter sound, I'll play the C major 7th. You know, what do I always say? You got to know a lot of chords. That's so important. That's really going to open the doors for you as a songwriter, is knowing a lot of chords. What are the 5 Ks? Really watch that video and download that written lesson, because that's really important. Know the notes on the neck. That's 1 K, actually 6 Ks. Know lots of chords. Know how to play good rhythm. Know how to embellish chords. Know your major scales. And know how to develop your ear. That's critical, those things, for any guitar player, and I really stress them, okay? So enjoy this module, download these tables and these lessons, print them out, I mean, you don't have to download, you can print them out right from the site. They're PDF files for the most part, some of them. Watch this module again, because this is huge, and you really need to understand this to develop it to its full potential. It's pretty simple though. Remember, all the major scales are the same. They're all built the same. They're all harmonized the same, no matter what key you're in. And you're always going to have the same formula of major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished. Okay? So, I want to hear your songs. Post them on our forum. There's a place where you can post your own music. Okay? If you have questions on this, send them right to the forum. Okay? And I want you to have fun, practice the right things, read this theory. It's huge. It's going to help you as a musician. Rock on. I'm David Taub, and I'll see you in the next module. Take care.